Yes, sir. Today we're going to be creating an application. Our application is going to be using Golang for the back end and Next.js for the front end. Golang for back end because easy, sweet to use, and front end Next.js because you don't need a reason because Next.js is Next.js. So let's go. We're creating our folders that we're going to be using, and let's start from the front end. Open on VS Code, open Magic. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create our next application. We want all the defaults. We want our SRC folder. We want Tailwind. We want TypeScript. All of those good stuff. While that is loading, we do our back end as well. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. So I like the folder name to be the same with the mode file. So after that is done, create our main.go file to see if we are good, Yeah, important question for men's health, for programmers' health in general. So we need our package.name, save the file, magic happens, it imports FMT for us. If everything is Gucci, you should have this. Yes, I'm okay and I'm fine. I'm okay, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, man. Really means a lot. So let's go and see what our front end is doing. Front end, what are you doing? Okay, you are doing well. Yeah, so that's that. It's running well. This tutorial is basically a little more focused on functionality than on styling. So you're going to have to forgive me when you see me copying styling and code from other files, which in fact let me do it now so that you get used to it. So I'm going to copy something that's totally irrelevant to me right now. So basically just one line of code. But what does this line of code say? It says that let's use color black. Let me copy it so that you get used to it immediately. I copy that file. What do I do with it? Paste the whole thing because I'm not interested in styling anything. So let's go. Beautiful. Page is rendering correctly, and if you notice, it's not showing because of obvious reasons. So that's why you should not just copy code. Yeah. So I guess let's change the background to something that we can at least see. Nice, we can see now. So in fact, let's copy something else. We want to copy a component called header from another of my application, component slash header.csx. And this header is basically a header that stays at the top. It has login and logout buttons, and what else? It has this is it. First thing we notice is Auth0 is failing because it's obviously not installed. So we come to the documentation, tells us that, yep, this is what you need. Okay, I think I might have done something. Let's create an application first of all. Let's call it Auth0 test, I guess. It's a regular web application. There are three other types. We'll look into them to get details on what each of them is streamlined for. Get me? So let's do that. We ask you what technology you want to use. We want to use Next.js for our application, and then it gives you like a guide, which is basically the same thing as here. So Let's just go straight to it and then follow this guide. Yeah. So the first step is we want our domain, client ID, and secret. They're already in the application the moment you created the application. We want our callback URL to be this. All right. Is that what you want? Are you sure that's what you want? I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. Put it here. Okay. We want this. So when you log out, where do you go to? You go back to your home page. What else? Install this. All right, let's do that. What else? What else? After that is done, what else? We want all of this good stuff. So if you look at mine, you're seeing a lot of stuff here. It's because I'm logged into the application, right? If I wasn't logged in, this stuff would show generic stuff like maybe you say your base URL, your client ID, but since I'm logged in, it does this for me. So it tells me that in the root of your project, create.env.local and put all of that good stuff inside. I'm like, cool. .env.local, all of that good stuff inside. Then if you look here, you see open blah blah blah. This is a way for you to generate your Auth0 secret. All right, I can do that. I get this. Beautiful. I copy. I put this, delete, paste, save. As a rule, whenever I change anything in your env.local file, I think you should restart your server. So I've done that. What else? Add the dynamic route handler. Okay, I should do this. I should create a file at API auth0 route.js. Then I should paste all of this good stuff. All right. So you say what? API /auth/ capture route auth0 /route.cs, right? Paste all of that good stuff. I'm like, cool. What else? What else? It says after you have done that, you get this route, you get login, logout, callback, and me. And each of these have their function. This will log in, this will log it out, this Auth0 read the user to after a successful login, then this for getting profile information. Add user provider from here. Okay, in my app.layout file, what should I do? I should wrap my body like this. Okay, so first of all, I'm too lazy. I'm just going to copy all of that. So you mean I should do this? So yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Then you want this from Auth0, yeah? Save. Okay, that's looking good. Now to add login to the application, I just need to put this in a button that once you click that button, you get login on the application. Well, remember this header component I created, it already has that button. So if you look here, you see login and see the route is API/this. So let's add that header to our page. Go down to our layout. Let me see the way I did it here. I'm supposed to add it to my layout, but let me see, because yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put it here. Oh, okay, this is my wow, that's a simple landing page. So I think I should just copy that. Okay, so refresh. Yeah, this is beautiful. Let's streamline it to look like our application. So this button signs you up, and guess what? So we have this button. So what happens if I click on this button? Because I used this API auth/login, it should redirect. Okay. So our application is running, and when you click on this button, ideally you should get redirected to the login interface for Auth0, but somehow we end up here. So the fastest way to get this done is to actually go to where I'm actually logged in on Auth0, which is actually here. So when I'm here, I try the same stuff, try to sign in. So when I do that, I click on the settings page. When I click on the settings page, I see that it's directing me to this default app of a thing. And the reason it's doing that is because the client ID that I'm using in my is for default app. So what does that tell me? That tells me that I have been misled by documentation. To be precise, this section that was telling us to copy this stuff, it was actually on here, yes, and that's why it was giving us the client ID for this and secret that was specific for that application. But the application we're using now is for Auth0 test, and you see that basically everything has changed. So I want all of this. I want it in my save that. So now the ID and are changed. So if I click on this now, I will get directed to the page that I intend to go to. So I've imported the header component on my dashboard page. I created the dashboard page. The dashboard page basically is just an empty page that says, see, here's the header, which is this, and the header component has this, and it has this awesome functionality you can use to log out. This logout button just an API slash auth0 slash logout link that we got here. Remember, they said that when you add this, you get access to all of this. So that's what the logout button there does. It just redirects us to this link, and because of this code in here, we can have logout functionality. And the same thing goes for the sign in button. It's just a link to this. This is basically all the code you have to do for Auth0 to give you authorization to log in and log out of your application. So let's just see it in action. So this means if I log out, I'll get redirected to the dashboard page. We remember when we set that, and when I click on sign in, I get redirected to dashboard page. And how this is happening is because on the home page screen, we have some logic here. This use user is something that Auth0 gives us to the client. When this use from the user, you can get is loading. This will tell you if you are trying to do the loading, and then user tells you that the user is logged in. So once we have this use effect, once a user is logged in, okay, what should happen? Replace the URL with /dashboard. So that's what it does. So once the user is found, it navigates us here. So right now, user is found. That's our here. When you log out, guess what? There's no user. Takes you back here. If you sign in, there's a user, right? Take me there. So that's how it goes. So this is basically how to use Auth0 for login. So next, we're going to try to use Auth0 to protect our API endpoints.